these definitely need a retro. Let's run it back with the 1991 Nike Air Solo Flight. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button. Originally released in 1991, the Nike Air Solo Flight was originally worn and endorsed by Scottie Pippen. Not this particular colorway, but in 1991 was endorsed by Scottie Pippen. In 1991, the Chicago Bulls were one of the best teams in the league at this time, and Scottie Pippen was known as one of the greatest players on that team. So Nike used him to endorse their product, especially the Nike Air Flight line. Scottie Pippen was basically the lead role in endorsing the Nike Flight line. So in 1991, Scottie Pippen wore the Nike Flight 91 on court, but not this particular colorway in the gray, black, and red, but is known to be a Scottie Pippen shoe. What's awesome about the original version, the whole complete upper was a suede gray with hints of black and red accents. Had Nike Air branding on the heel, a great looking midsole with a visible air unit, and herringbone traction on the sole with that Nike Air branding placed right in the middle, very similar to the Air Jordan 4. What's awesome about the Nike Flight series from 1991, they changed the Air Flight logo and made it look more like an airplane. So the concept of the Nike Flight logo came up from the Nike designer Drake Dramberg, and he designed the Air Flight logo from the 1991 series with this awesome looking Air Flight logo. As you can see in his sketches, how he was very in particular on how he wanted the Air Flight logo to look. And I think his end result is amazing, and we definitely need more retros with this Air Flight logo on it. In my opinion, one of the greatest logos that Nike ever brought out. Now, we haven't seen a retro version of this shoe ever since 1991, but we did get a close retro version of the takedown version of the Air Solo Flight called the Nike Air Bound 1991. And I want to say 2005, the tag on my shoe is completely gone, but I believe it came out in 2005. I wore mine till they fell apart, but that was the takedown version of the Nike Solo Flight in 1991. The Nike Bound was originally a Nike shoe that was for Nike basketball players at the time, and it would be their go-to shoe as it was the shoe that was given out to the Nike endorsed players throughout the league. And you could see this shoe worn on the feet of players such as Tim Hardaway, Reggie Miller, and of course, Chris Mullin. The original Nike Solo Flight 91 was a great design shoe, and its design was well received throughout the league and kids who wanted to play like Scottie Pippen. So if we couldn't afford the Air Jordans at the time, the Nike Flight series was a great secondary prize to the Air Jordan line, as we had one of the greatest players in the league wearing the Nike Flight line. So we felt the Air Flight was a great shoe for us kids during our early years. I don't have my original pair anymore. I did have it during 1991, 1992, and as you can see in these photos, I wore it out everywhere that you could possibly imagine, especially in these photos in Lake of the Woods, Ontario. They got destroyed over the years. I do have the original box of that Solo Flight somewhere here in my room, and I'll see if I can find it and post it up here on the video. Now, I think we could get a retro of the Nike Air Solo Flight 91. I think it would be well received by all the sneaker community and new kids alike, as there is a lot of fans of the Air Flight series. We have seen the Air Flight 89, we've seen the Air Flight 90, but let's see the Solo Flight. If you'd like to see a pristine pair of the Nike Air Solo Flight in the gray suede black-red combo, make sure you give OG or Bust a follow on Instagram and check out his YouTube channel where he does an in-depth review of the Nike Air Solo Flight. And take a look at some of his photos here. What do you guys all think about the Nike Air Solo Flight worn by Scottie Pippen? Are you wanting a new retro version of this shoe? Let it be this colorway or any other colorway for that matter. I personally would like the Nike Air Solo Flight in the gray suede with the black and red hits. Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, why don't you follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And until next time,